She is back. Caitlin Clark is going to tee it up again at the Annika, driven by Gainbridge at Pelican Pro-Am this November.
Caitlin Clark has always been in the spotlight since the day she started playing basketball. But in just 3 weeks, she's making headlines again, this time, not on the court. Instead of dominating in basketball, she's heading to the golf course to play in the LPGA Pro-Am event, the Annika, hosted by the legendary Annika Sorenstam at Florida's Pelican Golf Club this November. This isn't just a normal celebrity appearance, it's a big cultural moment. Last year, Clark played alongside world #1 golfer Nelly Korda, and now she's back, showing that her impact goes far beyond basketball. What's really interesting is how the LPGA is treating her. They didn't just invite her, they built the whole event around her. From media coverage to fan engagement, they're rolling out the red carpet. The difference is clear. The LPGA treats her like a partner, while the WNBA often treats her like a problem. In fact, last year's single golf event brought more excitement, attention, and happiness from fans than much of her WNBA season. In this video, we'll explore how golf legends are reacting to Clark's return and why the WNBA might be panicking. So, does the WNBA really deserve Caitlin Clark? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.
Quite amazing for a Wednesday. I mean, there's so many media here from all different sort of media aspects, local news, lots of reporters around that you normally wouldn't see on a Wednesday out here at an LPGA event. All the spectators are all waiting to get their final glimpse of Caitlin, hopefully a final autograph.
When Clark arrived at Pelican Golf Club, it was obvious the LPGA knew exactly who she was, a huge draw for fans and media. They didn't hide her in some quiet spot. Instead, they paired her with the world's top golfer, Nelly Korda. This wasn't by chance, it was smart marketing. By joining basketball's biggest star with golf's biggest star, they created an event that excited fans of both sports. The buzz started immediately. Even before Clark took her first shot, social media was full of anticipation. This wasn't just for show, it was a meeting of top talent.
How's it going? You've been seeing Nelly Korda do that over and over again for 6 holes now.
It's just satisfying. The way she hits the ball is just satisfying. It's pretty awesome.
The LPGA made the most of every moment, and deservedly so. The Golf Channel even changed its usual schedule to show parts of Clark's round live, something that rarely happens for a Pro-Am event.
Even just seeing the national media members that have arrived here, the basketball media that's here to cover Caitlin Clark, and what's sure to be a really special day in the women's game tomorrow.
Videos of her drives and putts quickly went viral on Twitter, TikTok, and ESPN highlights. Suddenly, golf felt exciting and worth watching again. Tournament host Annika Sorenstam perfectly summed it up, saying, "What Caitlin brings isn't just talent. It's the ability to attract and inspire." That quote spread everywhere because it's true. Clark isn't just another athlete, she connects different fan groups, bringing millions of new viewers to any sport she plays. And the upcoming event in November is set to be even bigger, with worldwide TV coverage and more chances for fans to watch live or attend in person.
You're right. I mean, it just puts our tournament in a different limelight and just different excitement. You know, they're streaming the summit today. They'll be streaming the Pro-Am. I mean, things that we haven't seen before. You know, wherever she goes, she's been selling out. So hopefully we'll sell out here too. So we're excited about that.
The big difference is that Clark wasn't pretending to be something she's not. She's been playing golf since she was a kid. So this wasn't just for publicity, it was something she genuinely enjoys. "I'm not a professional golfer, but I love being out here," she said, smiling after a strong tee shot. "It's about the challenge and focus, not perfection." That honesty really resonated with people. In a world where many athletes stick to scripted interviews, Clark simply showed up and had fun, and everyone noticed. Tickets to Pelican sold out, fans arrived early, and even other golfers were taking selfies with her. The LPGA showed what the WNBA hasn't admitted: when you embrace Caitlin Clark, everyone benefits.
Hey, for some golf! Perfect out here. I never golf this early in the morning. I grew up in Des Moines and I played there a ton. And honestly, I try to get back there as much as I can to play with my family. My dad plays a lot, my older brother plays a lot. So, you know, it's super fun.
Now, here's the real story. The LPGA didn't wait. They recognized the opportunity and used Clark's popularity to celebrate women's sports together. Meanwhile, the WNBA, her own league, still struggles with her success. The difference between the two couldn't be clearer.
Higher television ratings, higher attendance figures. Ladies and gentlemen, that doesn't come courtesy of a league. It comes courtesy of the players that play in the league. And in her case, she was the most popular, which means she could have helped your bottom line, which means you should have seen that from day one and maximized it. But you didn't do it.
Clark's first 2 seasons in the WNBA were incredible. She broke 62 records and revived a struggling team during her rookie year, even finishing in the top 5 for MVP. Her second season was cut short by injury, but she still showed she was a once-in-a-generation talent. You'd think the WNBA would celebrate her achievements, but instead, they gave her small, forgettable awards. Her Rookie of the Year presentation happened in an empty gym with no cameras or fans, feeling more like a forgotten school assembly than a historic sports moment. That's a huge contrast to Paige Bure's 2025 award, which was shown live on TV. The LPGA, on the other hand, treated Clark like the star she is. They highlighted her pairing with Nelly Korda, included her in the Women's Leadership Forum with Annika Sorenstam, and made her the center of attention. Every detail showed respect and collaboration. The LPGA understands something the WNBA doesn't. Caitlin Clark isn't competition, she's a catalyst. She brings fans, sponsors, and excitement wherever she goes, making everything around her bigger. The WNBA, despite all its talk about growth, still hasn't realized that.
Please, Caitlin, can you please sign? 24 years, drop your voice. Caitlin, please.
Nice to meet you. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Hung in there, you know. Let's go.
While the WNBA focuses on old rivalries and insecurities, the LPGA is making history by using Clark's star power to lift everyone around her. And it's working. Golf's fan engagement grew, media coverage expanded, and new audiences, including young basketball fans, started watching a sport they'd never followed before. Caitlin Clark didn't have to choose sides, she just showed up. Yet, by doing so, she revealed the difference between the two leagues. One celebrates its stars, the other holds them back.
Well, first of all, we're thankful that she's here. I think she's been the kind of the one, and when you talk about women's sports, she's kind of, other than Nelly, it's been Caitlin, and what she has done is amazing. And like you said, bringing other people into the sport, and golf has been, I think, quite a passion for her for quite some time.
Fans were quick to notice the difference in how Caitlin Clark was treated. One viral comment captured it perfectly. Every league embraces her, except the WNBA, which is diabolical. That single sentence reflected the thoughts of thousands. Everywhere you looked, people were saying the same thing. The LPGA rolled out the red carpet, while the WNBA seemed to stumble over itself. The contrast was impossible to miss, and the frustration was clear.
I noticed when you're asking about Caitlin a lot, you bring up other rookies as well.
No league's ever about one player. That player could get hurt or whatever. So I think it's just to give recognition that in sports, people watch for compelling content and rivalries. And you can't do that alone as one person.
Sports fans and media called it what it was, a missed opportunity. The LPGA did what the WNBA wouldn't. They highlighted Clark's star power instead of hiding it. Their approach was simple and smart. Take your biggest crossover star, celebrate her, and build the event around her. Meanwhile, the WNBA kept using vague, corporate language, as Commissioner Kathy Angelberg often does, talking about league-wide growth instead of recognizing Clark's extraordinary impact. On paper, it sounds diplomatic, but in reality, it misses the point. Fans didn't fall in love with spreadsheets or stats, they fell in love with Clark, a player who energized the sport. Her presence turned casual viewers into devoted fans. The LPGA understood that. The WNBA still hasn't.
Now everybody talking about other WNBA players not being appreciated. Nobody insulted them. Nobody dismissed their contribution. We were simply saying, despite the contributions for years and years and years, a lot of people didn't care. Fair or not, until Caitlin Clark came along.
By fully embracing Clark, the LPGA showed a perfect example of how to celebrate a star athlete without overshadowing others. They knew her appeal goes beyond basketball, it reaches all sports. Her presence made the event bigger, brighter, and more welcoming. Giving her a platform didn't just increase golf's visibility, it showed what happens when a league uses momentum instead of blocking it. The difference between growth and leadership is clear. Growth is just numbers, leadership is knowing how to use them. The LPGA didn't just recognize Clark's success, they created memorable moments, turning her participation into an experience fans wanted to be part of. Clark gave them everything they hoped for. When she stepped onto the course at the Annika, it wasn't just another sports day, it felt like a celebration. The energy was electric, and the respect from the world's top golfers was immediate.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, there's been a lot of pressure. I mean, a lot of people looking at her, and, you know, when you set the bar high and continue to move that bar, I mean, people are always going to try and push you down and take you down in different ways and getting criticized, but she's just handled it so well, you know, with such poise and such class, and just keep moving, setting records and doing things that have not been done before. And I mean, that's just, to me, is obviously very inspiring, but it motivates a lot of women to be able to even reach their full potential. And, you know, she's so young too, and who knows what her future will be, but she's just starting out with a bang, and I'm sure she's going to continue. So we're excited to have her here. And
tournament host Annika Sorenstam, whose name the event carries, couldn't stop praising Clark and was grateful she was there. Stam said Clark, along with Nelly Korda, has brought incredible attention to women's sports, which is high praise coming from one of the greatest athletes in history. She admired Clark's calm under pressure, calling it inspiring to see someone handle the spotlight with such grace while still pushing boundaries. Nelly Korda, the world's top-ranked golfer and Clark's partner for the round, felt the same way. It's refreshing to have someone from another sport who brings that same fire, Korda said. Her energy and drive are contagious. This wasn't just polite talk, it was genuine respect from one elite athlete to another.
Serious question, how is your jump shot?
It probably needs work. It's probably not that good.
Not that good?
Yeah, maybe I'll ask Kaylin for some advice, some tips. Next time we'll get together, maybe it'll be on a basketball court. Yeah.
What's your hope of maybe a long-term relationship with Caitlin Clark and the LPGA? What do you hope to come from today?
I mean, at the end of the day, you know, it's just great for the women's sports. I love that she has a love for the game of golf. And me, like, I've never really tuned into watching basketball before her, honestly. So I think it's just growing the interest in all of women's sports, and I hope that's what grows from this relationship.
Even seasoned LPGA players got swept up in the excitement. Brittany Lindholm said Clark's impact on women's basketball is amazing, and having her support golf was incredible. She even brought a basketball for Clark to sign for her daughters, showing just how much of an icon Clark has become among fellow athletes. Andrea Lee and Megan Kang joked that they hoped to bump into her for selfies between rounds. Marina Alex and Lilia Vu praised how Clark's presence would bring more fans and media attention to the tour. Even the younger players, like Alex Payno and Rose Jung, who grew up watching Clark redefine what female athletes can be, were impressed. As Jung put it, her composure is unreal. The way she handles pressure is something I deeply respect.
I ran into Andrea Lee on the putting green, and she said, my tee time is at 7:10 a.m., so I'm hoping that overlaps well enough that I'll be able to get a picture. And then on the other side of that, Megan Kang said, oh man, my tee time is in the afternoon. There's no shot that I'm going to be able to catch her in time for a photo. And Marina Alex was especially excited because her locker is next to Caitlin's in the locker room. She said she walked in and saw there she was. She got a placard just like all the LPGA players right next to her, so perhaps Marina can pick her brain as they're getting ready to head out to the golf course. And of course, you had to chat with Lilia Vu, who's the defending champion. The first thing she said to me was, oh my goodness, so excited that Caitlin's here. She's going to bring so many eyeballs to this week and to our game in general.
This wave of support wasn't just a feel-good story, it was proof that Clark's presence can lift everyone around her. When athletes like her are given a proper platform, they create crossover appeal, bringing different audiences together with one message: women's sports are worth watching. The LPGA understood this immediately. They didn't see Clark as competition for attention, they saw her as a partner in progress. That's what made the LPGA's approach so smart. They didn't treat Clark as a guest star, they treated her as part of their community, someone helping everyone succeed. Her participation wasn't just about golf, it showed how sports can grow together. This unity was clear during the Women's Leadership Summit, where Clark spoke openly about why she plays. The reason I play isn't just for points or wins. It's for the moments when a young girl smiles, shouts, or even cries when I wave, she said. Her words were simple but powerful, and her sincerity was clear. This isn't someone chasing endorsements or headlines, this is someone who truly understands the responsibility that comes with her platform.
That's the reason that you play. It's not because of the wins and the points you score. It's the amount of joy that you can bring people and the young girls that will one day grow up to hopefully, be whatever they want to be and get to talk about those moments too.
Clark shared her lifelong love of golf, recalling weekends with her dad, begging for a pink set of clubs as a child, and how competition always pushed her. She described golf as a different kind of challenge, mental, technical, and requiring patience, but that's what makes it fun. That mix of focus and joy defines her and explains why fans connect with her so deeply. At the summit, she highlighted how sports can bring people together. Sports bring joy, she said. They connect people in ways nothing else can. This wasn't a rehearsed speech, it was her genuine perspective. For Clark, basketball and golf aren't separate identities. They are two ways to achieve the same goal, inspiring others.
I haven't played with anybody on any other team, but some of my teammates golf. Actually, one of my teammates was a state champion golfer, so she's pretty good. I actually haven't played with her yet, so I think she might be scared or something. I don't know why. Her game must have gotten rusty when she became a professional basketball player, but no, some of them do play, but we like to go out there and have fun. Obviously, it's hard during the WNBA season because it's in the summer. So that's the one tough thing about the W is it's in the summer, so I don't get to go out and play as much as I did in college. But it's been fun. Obviously, we're really competitive with whatever we do, so there's some intense battles out there.
Annika Sorenstam captured the room perfectly afterward, saying Clark's dedication to women's sports isn't just admirable, it's necessary. She builds bridges, Stam said. That's what true leadership looks like. Nellie Corder agreed, adding that Clark shows women can break every barrier by stepping into new spaces. You could feel how proud these athletes were, not just of Clark's achievements, but of what she represents for all of them. Even off camera, Clark stayed focused. She wasn't just there to hit a few shots or pose for photos. She was there to engage, learn, and inspire. Her conversations with young fans, her laughter with other players, and even her quiet moments studying a putt all showed her authenticity. Everything about her presence radiated genuine passion and commitment.
I think the thing about leadership is how you approach every single person is going to be completely different. And I think the thing that's helped me be successful throughout my career has been the relationships that I've been able to build with people, and every single person you have to approach differently because they come from a different background, they come from a different place. Somebody can be a little more tenderhearted, and for me, I probably want to be screamed at. It's just everybody's a little bit different. So I think that's what's unique about leadership and being able to understand people, but that takes time, and building relationships is really important.
It's Clark's authenticity that makes her irreplaceable. Her drive isn't about ego, it's about purpose. The young girls who come to our games, they're the reason I do this, she said. They're my biggest motivation. That mindset is why Caitlin Clark goes beyond being just an athlete, she's a connector. Her appearance at the Annika wasn't just another headline, it was a turning point. The LPGA's embrace of Clark showed how collaboration and celebration can elevate women's sports far beyond what any single league can do alone. Meanwhile, the WNBA continues to miss the lesson. While the LPGA lifted Clark and expanded its audience, the WNBA downplayed her historic rookie season and squandered one of the greatest marketing opportunities in its history. That's not strategy, that's self-sabotage.
It talks about the effect that we have on them, but also they have the same effect on us. And I think that's what's really cool about it is to see how much joy it really brings them, and it brings their families. And that one game where they spend 2 hours of their whole entire year has such an impact on their entire childhood. And I think that's really cool to think about. And
the LPGA understood something important. People don't fall in love with organizations, they fall in love with individuals. Caitlin Clark is that kind of individual, a rare athlete whose greatness lifts everyone around her. By highlighting her, the LPGA didn't just grow their brand, they grew the game. Clark's return to the LPGA isn't just a golf story. It's a lesson in leadership, humility, and influence. She doesn't just inspire fans, she shows every league what real vision looks like. While the WNBA debates how to handle her spotlight, the LPGA is busy making it shine even brighter. Does the WNBA deserve Clark? Share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Click the video on the screen, and we'll see you in the next one.